On July 2nd, 1776, Congress voted to approve a complete separation from Great Britain. 2 days afterwards, July 4th, the early draft of the Declaration of Independence was signed, albeit only by 2 individuals at that time: John Hancock, President of the Congress, and Charles Thompson, Secretary of the Congress. 4 days later, on July 8th, members of Congress took that document and read it aloud from the steps of Independence Hall, proclaiming it to the city of Philadelphia, after which the Liberty Bell rang. The inscription around the top of that bell, which actually is the first time that bell was rung, came from the Hebrew Bible, Leviticus 25:10, and it was very appropriate. It said, "Proclaim liberty throughout the land and to all the inhabitants thereof." To see the turmoil of other nations and their struggles and multiple revolutions over the years, and yet to see the stability and blessings that we have here in America, we may ask how this has been achieved. What was the basis of the American independence? John Adams said, "The general principles of which the fathers achieved independence were the general principles of Christianity." Don't let him say we're not a Christian nation. Perhaps the clearest indication of the spirit of the American Revolution was given by John Adams in a letter to Abigail the day after the Congress approved the Declaration. He wrote her 2 letters on that day. The first was short and concise, jubilant that the Declaration had been approved. The second was much longer and more pensive, giving serious consideration to what had been done on that day. Adams cautiously noted, "This day will be the most memorable epoch in the history of America, and I'm apt to believe that it will be celebrated by succeeding generations as the great anniversary festival." It is amazing, on that very day they approved the Declaration, Adams was already foreseeing the actions that would be celebrated by future generations. Adams contemplated whether it should be proper to hold such celebrations, but then concluded that the day should be commemorated, but in a particular manner and with a specific spirit, as he told Abigail. It ought to be commemorated as the day of deliverance by solemn acts of devotion to God Almighty. See, the founding fathers, who were believers, knew that their freedom came from God. And that is what we celebrate on the 4th of July.